Okay, says we're live. Let's see where Jordy is. Oh, there you are.
Hi, I'm here. Had a little technical difficulties. Had to move locations.
That's okay.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Good.
Good.
Grab this link real quick. I'm going to copy and paste the link to you just in case
Okay.
your girls can't get on the regular one.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, posting it in Facebook. Okay, you want to start us off or you want me to?
Oh, I will.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Are we on live? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
we're live. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Hey, everybody. It's Jordan and Kelly. We're so happy to be coming to you at this family Google Hangout tonight. Thanks for getting on with us. And it just makes us feel happy. It makes us feel energized. It makes us feel motivated and thankful and blessed when you decide to join us live as opposed to just watching this anytime. I don't know why. It just creates a special synergy between us and you. And we just want to thank you for all the great feedback that we've gotten from you all, how much you like to hang out with us on Google Hangout. And we just appreciate you investing in your business. And I always say, there's always more things demanding our time and energy. So the fact that you're choosing to be on with us right now is very important to us, and we believe that it's a great investment you can make in yourself and your business. So we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't think that. So it's our chance to just take a quick 30 minutes every single hump day and pour into you something to hopefully get you through that weekend and refocus on your Mary Kay business after what seems like the first, hardest part of a mountain climb work week. So without further ado, we're kind of excited to launch tonight a 3-part series that's going to carry us through the end of the seminar year about how to stay motivated, because I think that is one of the biggest challenges that beauty consultants run into, and even your sales directors. I mean, we have to constantly keep ourselves motivated and excited and running towards a big finish line. And no better time of year than to talk about this than the seminar year end finish. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about motivating yourself internally and externally and what that really looks like on a day-to-day basis. And so we're going to talk through the external motivations first. I think, Kelly, is that right? Do you want to go first? Are you there, Kiki? Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, you're there? Okay, so we're going to talk through the external motivations and then go a little bit inside and see about how those things that we surround ourselves with externally and physically then manifest themselves on the inside. So Kelly, I will let you take it away.
Okay, so I really love this idea because Jordan's absolutely right. We have to motivate ourselves all the time, you guys. We're entrepreneurs. You and me both, we are entrepreneurs, and sometimes our business is not natural. It's not convenient. It doesn't already fit into our existing lives, and that's why it's called work. And motivation is something you have to work for. And so I wanted to talk about the external piece of motivation and how, when I look back at my 6 years in Mary Kay, where have I seen myself be the most successful as far as external, and also where do I see consultants fall away? Where do I see them lose their motivation, their excitement, and that physical piece? So the first thing you have to realize is you can only self-start so many times. You can only self-start alone so many times without learning that skill of self-motivation. Jordan and I wake up every single morning now, along with all of our offspring sales directors, and we're motivated by our businesses. But I promise it has probably become a habit. And if you don't have that habit yet, the way that you foster it is through some of these questions I'm going to ask you. So the first thing is, where are you spending time for your business? Where are you actually spending time for your business? Are you going to your local events? Are you going to your weekly success event? Are you going to the studio when it's open for you to get training and mentorship from sales directors who, again, you guys, they're the top 2% of the company for a reason. It means they've mastered the art of being a consultant. One of the, I got a compliment when I was a brand new beauty consultant. It was a couple months in, and another consultant shadowed one of my parties, and she was like, Kelly, you're really good at the skincare class. She said, how did you get so good? Like, did you make a script? Do you have a script that I can look at? And I had no written words at all to even tell her. I was like, honestly, I just come 3 times a week to the studio. And here were my mentors: Lynn Huckles, Cadillac sales director; Wendy Presley, Cadillac sales director; Jordan Halou Eicher, Cadillac sales director. I listened to them every single week, and they all had this different skincare class. And guess what mine is? It's a blend of them. I spent time in their space, and guess who I became like? I became like Cadillac sales director. So are you surrounding yourself with other consultants who are just like you, who are in the same boat, trying to work their Mary Kay business, maybe in busy seasons of life or through obstacles? And so you need to be around that. Are you watching your weekly trainings? You know, if you're watching this right now, go ahead and just give yourself a little boost in confidence because you decided to show up physically, not just like thinking about your business. You showed up physically to your business. Are you listening to your national sales director monthly power-up call? There's always a playback, but just like Jordan said, there's something about showing up physically live. It's so funny. Consultants and I will be texting the whole time. We're like, woohoo, go unit. We're so excited because we're all on together. Are you showing up for that? Are you watching the training videos that are on Mary Kay in Touch from national sales directors who maybe you've never even gotten to meet or hear from? They're all over the website. And I know this is harsh, and I mean it with all the love in my heart. But if you're new, or if you're not a Cadillac sales director, your ideas are not better than the ones that we're giving you. They're not better. Don't think that you can create. You may have some brilliant idea, but I promise something that we could give you could make your life easier. Something that we could give you by being in our space is going to rub off on you and help you be more efficient and smart and disciplined in your Mary Kay business. So who are you spending your time with? Are you showing up physically to your Mary Kay business? Another part of that physical is, where are you working? So are you alone in your house? Are you sitting at your desk with your receipts and your PJs? And believe me, I love being in, not my PJs, but I love sitting in workout clothes like all the time. But you guys, I had to get out of the house to go meet new people. So I used to set up at Water Bean Coffee and Starbucks Coffee, and I would like just do stuff, book people, because I would meet new people and get to people watch. And I just drew energy from meeting with people. I remember Jordan used to always have me meet her at Starbucks when honestly we were just a couple miles from each other a couple years ago, and I could just come to her house if I wanted to. But a lot of times she would make me meet her at Starbucks so that we could look good, look sharp, have a pin, be prepared, talk to people. And it was funny because I would see her sell product all the time because someone would be like, oh, is that a Mary Kay basket? And she would be like, oh yeah, do you like, whipped berries? It's actually on special today. And she would just like make a sale. So are you getting out of your house? Where are you working? Okay, that's the second question. Number 2, when are you working? Do you have a physical schedule? Do you actually have paper to pen, know when you're working your Mary Kay business? It's really hard for husbands, spouses, friends, family, kids to feel on board with your Mary Kay business when they think it's all the time, or they don't know when to expect that it is. One of the best things that I learned, and I've shared this before from my newest, most beautiful, smart, love her, Anna Drury, Offspring sales director. We get to celebrate her next week. She is one of the busiest women I know. And she is disciplined. She has a calendar. She knows where she's fitting her Mary Kay business in. She knows that, okay, I have this lunch hour break and it's going to be for an hour. And so she fits her Mary Kay business in there, and she always is disciplined to that schedule. Guess what happens if she had a Saturday afternoon that canceled? She still spends that 2-hour time slot working on Mary Kay, getting her business further ahead. She doesn't take the time to go to the pool. If she set it aside, she is disciplined to it. So, this is actually proven that willpower is something that you wake up with restored every single day. Okay, willpower. And when you wake up in the morning, you have total renewed willpower. And throughout the day, decisions questions, things you have to think about, things you have to put energy into, they take away your willpower. That's why a lot of people cheat on their diets, or they say they were going to their meeting or to their event at 8 a.m. that morning, but guess what? All day long, they were thinking about their Mary Kay business or feeling chaotic or using their willpower in other places. And so at the end of the night, they go, Kel, Jordan, sorry, I'm just exhausted. I have to go home. I'm just too tired to come tonight. And guess what? They miss out on something they never know they even missed because they were at home watching Grey's Anatomy, and they didn't know that they just missed the booking script that changed every single consultant's business at the Success event that week. And so they'll never know because their willpower ran out. And you want to know why it ran out? It's because they did not have planned events, planned disciplines in their schedule. You guys, I don't even think about when I hold appointments. I don't even think about my booking scripts anymore. Guess where they are? They're all in my phone, or they're all written down. I don't have to search for them. When you are finding things in your business, when you are running all over the place, you're losing your willpower. But if I have physical things, if I have a set schedule, I don't have to spend energy. Your body just goes to this habit and it goes, oh yeah. It's kind of like, think about when you drive a car. All of a sudden you blink and you're like, how did I get home? I just got in my car at work, but you weren't even paying attention, right? Because your body knows how to go into that. I forget what the thing is. It's like your comfort zone or whatever. It just already knows how to work at a level of habit. So get yourself there. I book people at the same time every week. I know when I'm working on my Mary Kay business. Another thing that's physical that I think is really important for you guys is to know, what are you working for? This is the what. Do you even know what you're tracking? I think I was talking to Amy Drury tonight over Voxer, and she is an inner strength unit, Anna's inner strength unit, and she finished her star tonight. Woo! You guys, I know it's funny. Here's what I love about Amy. She said, I can't really watch that contest. Like sometimes, even me, there's so many contests running that you get confused on how to track all of them. Pick one. Amy just said, I'm just going to be a star consultant. I'm just going to work for Star Consultant. I'm going to work for Star Consultant. There's all these other things going on, but she can't focus. And so I was so proud of her for picking one track to run on, and she tracked it to success. Do you know what you're working for? Do you have a goal poster? Do you know what event or picture that you see yourself achieving? And do you have a tracking sheet to make that happen? A lot of times when you're working for one goal, you're going to hit all these other ones. Sometimes I'll go to company events and I'm like, how did I even earn this party? I didn't even know I earned this bracelet. This is so much fun. I just got something in the mail and I don't even know it was happening because I was focused on this track over here, but I was focused on it. I was committed. And of course, all the other areas of my business grew from that as well. Another tangible piece of what are you working for is I truly believe in giving yourself wins, giving yourself a tangible award for achieving something. So for me, sometimes I'll say, okay, if I do, on my 6 most important things list today, if I achieve X, Y, and Z, if I do it tonight, I'm getting a big spoonful of, it's my favorite, it's Justin's hazelnut chocolate butter. It's like my reward for being good because it's pretty much a less sugar version of Nutella and I love it. But it's like my little reward. It's something that I give myself and I don't treat myself if I was not disciplined that day. And so that's just like a silly example, but it's something I do for myself. But sometimes during the week, if I say, okay, if I just am disciplined and if I complete these things by the end of the week, I'm gonna get that tank top that I saw at Old Navy that I want to work out in, or maybe you say, if I finish this goal, if I get into my red jacket by the end of the month, like I said I was going to, or if I medal with 3 new team members this month, or if I sell $600 this month, I'm going to get a pedicure. You guys should have something you're working for, and it can't be months and months out. It has to be immediate because you have to have these tangible physical wins. And that's why I love the Star Consultant program, because every 3 months I get, a new handbag or a new home decor or Mary Kay vouchers or whatever it is. And I'm like, yes, that was worth working for. It was so exciting. So I hope if you haven't already that you guys were pushing to finish your Star Consultant status tonight. And congratulations to those who did. We cannot wait to celebrate you if you're local to us at a Great Star Party next week. But if you're not, get a plan of success right now, physical, pen to paper, how much are you going to sell every single week for the next, I think it's 12, weeks, to make yourself a star. So those are some of the external things that I think you have to do to physically show up for in your business, because when you show up in those areas physically in your business, all of a sudden you're present. Like I find so many women, they go, there's a saying, we always say this, sometimes you need the meeting and sometimes the meeting needs you. And I have so many consultants who just say, I just showed up tonight, I don't really want to be here. And they leave and they're like, I needed that. But they just make it their routine to show up to it, and they are always better for it. So I hope that you would be willing to show up physically to your business. So I'm going to have Jordan hop on and just talk a little bit more about the internal, that brain piece, the mind piece, that walks you through how to motivate yourself internally. So I'll let Jordan.
Hey, that was so good. You reminded me of something that we used to teach on a lot, which was where the body goes, the mind will follow. Meaning sometimes you have to just physically make yourself get out, get cute, and make a phone call to a happy customer. I remember you always saying you just call a customer who is in love with their Mary Kay and you already know she likes it, but you just want to hear it from her over the phone because it made you excited and it brought your motivation up and your energy up. And then you were ready to tackle some more difficult calls, maybe to people that you'd tried to book before and they had said no, or somebody that you are having a challenge with for whatever reason, getting them to sit down with you. But that one physical act of showing up to the phone, getting, dressed, getting your makeup on, getting your temptation basket ready, having your samples out, and then just getting your voice activated, just physically talking to somebody really helps. And so you guys, where the body goes, the mind will follow. And sometimes you just have to start doing something in order to get your feelings and your emotions to catch up with your body. And that sounds kind of crazy because what we naturally do is the exact opposite of that. We naturally try to think our way into motivation. We try to think our way into excitement. We try to, reason our way into confidence. And that is just not how Mary Kay works. It's not how entrepreneurship works. And it's definitely, in my opinion, not how life works. At least it never has for me. What I know is that when I'm inactive, when I'm standing still in my business, when I'm not out there physical, showing up, part of the team, part of the group, when I'm not going to my success meetings, when I'm not selling product, when I'm not exchanging money with people or helping someone with a smoky eye, when I'm not giving someone a great foundation shade, when I'm not doing the things that our business requires, I'm inactive. And what that means is I start getting negative. I start getting doubtful. I start getting depressive. I start getting fearful. I start getting irritable and judgy and snarky and negative. And that's me. And I have no reason to be any of those things because Mary Kay has been so good to me and our family. And so, I can only imagine if you haven't had a success track record yet that allows you to put those things aside, how you must feel when you're not working your business. And so what happens is you've got to learn how to motivate yourself. You have to learn how to motivate yourself. And 9 out of 10 times, work comes before motivation. You have to book something. You have to see somebody. You have to sell one item. You have to make that call. You have to show up to your meeting. You have to do something. And then all of a sudden, it's like your endorphins start pumping and your body physically starts to feel better. Your mental state becomes clearer. You get happy again. And all of a sudden, all those negative thoughts you were having vaporize into thin air. And it really is amazing. It's not something you even consciously do, but you do have to make the decision. So the internal motivation part, one of the top income earners in all of Mary Kay, many of you know her. If you don't know her, you probably are brand new. Her name is Gloria Mayfield Banks, and she is famous for speaking about how she gets herself motivated. And I shared this not that long ago at our local success meeting, but one of the best things that she does, and this is still on Kelly's topic of external motivation, but I'm getting to internal in 1 second. One of the best things that she does is puts on a song that just moves her body when she hears it. Like the beat just makes her rock and groove, and she can't sit still when the song is on. And when the song is on, she puts in her earbuds and turns the volume up really loud and just gets out of her chair and just dances. And she just moves her body, physically gets her endorphins pumping, her blood pumping. She gets her energy up. She's moving her, she's got her ligaments and her joints and her tendons all loosening. Her muscles are working. Her breath is, her lungs are breathing, and she gets excited that way. Mary Kay Ash used to always say to, run around your house or do jumping jacks or do push-ups or run up and down your stairs a few times if you're feeling like you need internal motivation, because it does something to you. And so what song is it that when you hear it, you just can't sit still? It's like your leg just starts moving and you just want to get up and dance, no matter where you are, no matter what's going on. Get that song on your phone, get it on your iPod or whatever you use to play music, and have it at the ready. And when you're getting those blues or you're exhausted, like Kelly was saying, you don't feel like making or booking calls, you just put your song on and look at your goal poster. Dance around and hold your phone with that screenshot of your goal poster, those people that you love, the ones that are your why, the what it is you're working for, the debt-free future that you're going to have, paying off all the credit card debt through your side gig with Mary Kay, or your children, or your spouse or your spice that you're going to alleviate financial pressure from because they hate their job, and your Mary Kay is going to give you guys that buffer. Whatever it might be, you've got to be looking at those people, looking at that why, looking at that future, and groove to your song, or listen to a motivational speaker that you absolutely love. Listen to your pastor, listen to some worship music. Those types of things, those are external, but they do something to you internally. They speak to your heart. And so I want to talk about the ABCs of internal motivation. A is your attitude, and all this plays into your attitude. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right. Mary Kay Ash was famous for saying that. And so your attitude is super important in these next 3 weeks here as we finish out the Mary Kay year, because it really doesn't matter if you're not racing towards a huge, big year-end goal. Maybe you haven't even been in Mary Kay long enough to have a huge, big year-end goal. What matters is that you start ramping up to be your best self right now, because we're all about to turn the page and head into a happy new year, July 1st with Mary Kay. And don't you want to start the year off with a bang? Don't you want to start the year off with momentum instead of trying to chug up the hill, up the roller coaster? You want to be heading in the downswing and have that momentum ready to take you for the best ride of your life when July 1st hits. And the only way to do that is to start planting the seeds right now and start getting that work in right now. Your attitude is everything. Read something positive and do it in the morning. I love to read the Bible. It is absolutely my source of life. It's my source of energy. I believe that it's true. I believe that there's not a mistake in it. And I believe that it's for everyone, for everywhere, for all time. That's my personal core belief about the Bible, and it gives me more life than I can tell you. So that's what I like to read. I don't know what you like to read. Maybe you have something different that you want to read, or maybe you could grab Mary Kay Ash's autobiography, since we're talking about your Mary Kay business here, and read from her. Her stories will blow your mind. The way that God worked in and through her to build this company, it's absolutely astounding. And talk about a strong female overcomer icon. I mean, there's a reason she's written up in all kinds of books and magazines and articles and TV shows and an A&E biography and Guinness Book of World Records. It's no wonder Mary Kay has her own museum, because she is remarkable, and she did things in an era where women were not supposed to do the things that she accomplished. They were not supposed to do the things that Mary Kay did. And many people tried to tell her, no, it would never work. You're going to fail. And she just said, I'm going to do this anyway, because God told me this is why he put me on earth, to help other women just like me. So you know what? Read her book. It is truly miraculous how this company was built, and you will feel so thankful to be a part of it. You'll feel so excited to carry on her legacy that it will motivate you. There is no doubt about it. But get something positive right off the bat in the beginning of your day, because your attitude is a huge part of your motivation. When your attitude stinks, it's probably because you're not in action. You haven't physically given any energy to yourself or to your business by listening to music or listening to a positive motivational call or something. And when you're in that negative headspace all by yourself, then that's when your attitude stinks. So attitude is the first part of your internal motivation. B, the ABCs. A is attitude. B is belief. Belief in the big picture. So the way I always like to explain this is that I see so many consultants give up on their Mary Kay big vision before they even get started. They're not even near where they could be and becoming the person that God can have them be through this business and through the personal growth and the financial rewards and the friendship and the time management skills and everything that you learn in this business. What happens is it's almost like you're in a corn maze. Have you ever done a corn maze? They can be unbelievably fun, or they can be absolutely, totally, completely frustrating and terrifying at the same time, depending on who you're with, what you're doing, and how patient you are, and how much you can remember that there is a big picture at hand. So when you're inside the middle of a corn maze, the corn is taller than you on all sides. Well, it's taller than me on all sides. It's probably taller than you on all sides. And, everything looks the same. Everything is all walled in on you. Everywhere you look looks the same, and you do all kinds of twists and turns, and you come to dead ends, and you have to go back and reverse and try another direction. But all the while, you're doing the same thing. You're taking steps, step by step by step with your feet, looking with your eyes, trying to figure out with your mind where you've been before, what's a better way to go, reverse, try again. I've ended up in the same spot. Oh my gosh, how many times am I going to find myself here? But the big picture is, there's a way out. They're not going to trap people in there forever. There is a right way. There is a path for you to take. You just have to find it. And it's like God is looking from above at you in your corn maze, but all you can see is this small picture of frustration and everything looking the same. And I've tried that already, and maybe I'm just not good at this. And you hear the cheers of other people who finished the maze at the end, and somebody made it through, but how come I can't? And then you just push your eject button. You say, somebody get me out of here. I don't want to do this anymore. And unfortunately, like I said, it's like God's looking down at the big picture of the maze, and he saw you were totally going the right way. You were almost to the next breakthrough, but you just quit on it. You quit on yourself. You quit on him. And, belief in your own big picture is a huge part of motivation. And that's why you have to know what is the thing that when you first heard Kelly or Sarah or Angela or Courtney or Anna or myself share about the Mary Kay business opportunity, whoever recruited you, when you first heard of them, when you first heard Kathy Halou share about the Mary Kay business opportunity, you got a little lump in your throat and you thought, if I could just have a piece of that, if I could just have a small portion of that confidence, if I could just have a small portion of that financial freedom, if I could just have a small portion of that time management, if I could have a small portion of that flexibility to be with my family more, or to be with my spouse who really needs me, and if I could just have that friendship, that sisterhood that they talk about, if I could just have an extra outlet to be able to give away some of the gifts and talents God's given me that are not appreciated or used at my regular job, whatever that is, that's your big vision. That's your big picture. And if you haven't caught one yet, come to seminar with us. It's not too late. Be wild and spontaneous. Throw your stuff in a suitcase. I'll loan you a dress. Buy a plane ticket and show up to Dallas, and you'll catch the big picture, the belief, the vision that you need to have internal motivation. Once you seize on your vision, once you know your big picture, once you know the big vision, belief, picture for your life in Mary Kay, you won't need any more motivation. You will have all the internal motivation that you need, absolutely, as long as you keep it physically in front of you through goal posters, photographs, even like an affirmation where you record a video of your own self that you watch periodically. However you have to do it. Tell all the people in your life who love you the most what you're working for. Show them in pictures so they can remind you of what's your big vision is, your big picture, so you're not lost in the frustration of the corn maze, feeling stuck and like you're never going to get there. You have to constantly, in the day-to-day nitty-gritty, remind yourself of the big picture reason why you're doing this. So ABC, attitude, belief in your big picture. And C is choices, making healthy choices every single day, not just to book, not just to, coach, not just to follow up, not just to show up to your events. All those things are super important. Those are all choices. My mom is famous, Kathy Halou, she's famous for saying booking is a choice, and so is not booking. Selling product is a choice, and so is not selling. Following up with a customer is a choice, and so is not following up. Those things are all choices that you're making every day that nobody can make for you. You know what? There's nobody who wants your success more than your director, more than me if I'm your director, more than Kelly if she's your director, Angela, Sarah, Anna, Courtney, all of us. There's nobody who wants your success more than we do. But the thing is, we can't make these good choices for you in the daily, the hours of your day. We can't make these choices for you. And so making healthy choices to do the activities that you need to do is all part of staying motivated, because it's when you're working that you're happy. When you're not working, you're frustrated and disappointed and negative and judging and blaming other people, and you're finding all the reasons and excuses why maybe you're not succeeding as fast as you want to be. Take a look at what choices you're making. Are you making healthy food choices? Are you making healthy exercise choices? Are you making healthy wellness choices? Or are you doing things that harm and damage and pollute your body and create a toxic environment in your mind and in your body and in your spirit? you've got to make healthy choices in your life and healthy choices in your business, because really we're just a sum of the choices that we make. And so if you're making wrong choices, you're going to end up in the wrong place and space in your head and in your heart and in your business. So making healthy choices is huge. And one way that you can do that is just to start keeping a small journal of what you do every day. I know that sounds funny and sounds almost like juvenile, because I know that that's something people teach, elementary students and middle school students when they're trying to teach them good habits. But I think it's valuable for us. And I heard a success coach a couple of years ago talk about this, where you literally write down the decisions, that you make, and what the decision you made was and what the end result was for like 4 or 5 days in a row. And so you would say, from 7 to 9 p.m., I decided to watch Grey's Anatomy, or whatever time that's on. I decided to watch Grey's Anatomy. So the outcome was, for my business, no bookings, no sales, no furthering, no success. But I relaxed. So, hey, that's something. And you can start to weigh and measure. Maybe the next night you say, from 4 till 5:30 p.m., I've spent an hour and a half. I spent 30 minutes with my new team member, and then I made an hour's worth of booking calls. Here's why that was a healthy choice. I got 4 new bookings for next week. I sold 2 different products, which helped me finish my star. I solidified my relationship with my new team member, and I feel really good about helping her get started with her Ready, Set, Sell. And, I feel good about my business today. And I actually, went home with some money in my pocket. So you would start to see, based on the little journal that you keep, what your decisions are really costing you or what they're earning you. And I think that it's a valuable exercise if you have trouble making really good, healthy, wise choices and motivating yourself in that way. So it's 9:01. I'm going to let you guys go because so many of you are still texting furiously, making phone calls, holding appointments to finish your star. You have until midnight tonight, midnight Central Time, to finish that star. And we know you can do it. And for those of you who already have, I would also like to add my congratulations. We're so proud of you. Being a star consultant is no doubt the building block for a solid Mary Kay business. And it was Mary Kay Ash's own program. So she is cheering you on from her place in heaven right now. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. And we're going to do part 2 of how to stay motivated next week. So we hope you'll join us for that. That's all for me. Bye.